What if I told you there's a secret discovered in 1937, now validated by neuroscience, that can completely reprogram your life in just 21 days? Most people dream of success, but few are willing to commit to the necessary steps for this genuine transformation. Every great achievement begins with a conscious decision to leave your comfort zone and embrace the challenges that shape your character. And here's the truth few dare to speak. September isn't just another month on the calendar. It's the golden window when your brain is biologically primed to create new neural patterns with extraordinary efficiency. In this video, I'll show you exactly how 7 specific habits, practiced in the first 21 days of September, can unlock the cosmic power that resides in your mind. Great inventors and visionaries transformed our world by choosing the challenging path over comfort. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before perfecting the light bulb. Henry Ford faced 5 bankruptcies before revolutionizing the automotive industry. The Wright brothers were ridiculed for dreaming the impossible. Let's dive into how facing these challenges can set you apart from the crowd. Here's the first revelation that will change your perspective. Napoleon Hill discovered in 1937 that there's a specific period each year when the human mind operates at peak capacity for reprogramming. He called it the season of mental transformation. Today, modern neuroplasticity research has confirmed that Hill was absolutely right. During September, our brain produces 300% more BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, the protein responsible for creating new neural connections. It's as if your mind transforms into a high-performance laboratory, ready to install new success programs. But here's the secret that separates winners from dreamers. Knowing about this golden window isn't enough. Intro end, intro end. The first habit is what I call the inner warrior awakening. Every morning, within the first 5 minutes after waking up, before even checking your phone, you'll implement a specific sequence that reprograms your autonomic nervous system for peak performance. Start by standing up and breathing deeply 3 times. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8. This is the 4 to 7 to 8 breathing technique, developed by a Harvard neuroscientist that instantly activates your parasympathetic nervous system, putting your brain in the optimal state to receive new programming. Now, while maintaining this controlled breathing, repeat out loud, I choose to face what is difficult today because I know that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. These aren't just words, they are neurological commands that your subconscious interprets as operating instructions. Leonardo da Vinci practiced this ritual every morning. He called it the awakening of the divine mind. Henry Ford applied a similar version before each important meeting. Andrew Carnegie used this technique before his most crucial negotiations. The second habit is the strategic indifference protocol. Here's a truth that goes against everything you've learned about motivation. Indifference, when applied correctly, becomes a superpower. Every 2 hours throughout your day, you'll dedicate exactly 3 minutes to practicing indifference toward results. This means you commit fully to the action, but completely detach yourself from the specific outcome. Here's how it works. Choose a task that needs to be completed. It could be answering emails, making an important phone call, or studying a relevant subject. Before starting, tell yourself, I will execute this with maximum excellence, and whatever the result, it's perfect for my growth. This mindset activates the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for high-level decision-making, while simultaneously reducing activity in the amygdala, the center of fear and anxiety. The result? You operate in a natural flow state, where performance becomes almost superhuman. Thomas Edison applied this principle religiously. He experimented with thousands of different filaments for the light bulb, completely indifferent to the fact that each attempt failed. For him, every experiment was a success because it eliminated one possibility and brought him closer to the final solution. The third habit is what revolutionized the lives of more than 50,000 people in the last 2 years, the 5-minute mental power ritual. Every day, exactly at 3:30 p.m., you will stop everything you're doing and implement a sequence that reconnects your mind with your main objective. Why this specific time? Research from the Stanford Neuroscience Institute discovered that at 3:30 p.m., Our brain naturally decreases cortisol production and increases dopamine, creating the perfect window for mental reprogramming. During these 5 minutes, you will visualize, with extraordinary detail, the version of yourself that has already achieved your main goals. It's not passive visualization. It's a complete sensory experience where you see, feel, hear, and even smell the environment of your victory. But here's the secret element that multiplies the effectiveness of this technique. You will add a physical anchor. Every time you visualize this success scene, press your right thumb and index finger firmly together. After 21 days of practicing, simply making this gesture will allow your brain to instantly access the high-performance mental state. Nikola Tesla used a version of this technique to invent his most complex machines. He visualized each piece, each movement, each detail in his mind before ever starting to build them physically. The fourth habit is perhaps the most powerful of all, and this is where the magic really happens. The nighttime neurological combustion system. In the last 15 minutes before sleeping, you will implement a protocol that programs your subconscious to work on your goals while you sleep. Your brain processes and consolidates information during REM sleep, and you can intentionally direct this process. First, write by hand, never typed 3 specific achievements you intend to accomplish the next day. It must be specific. Don't write, be more productive. Write, complete the Johnson report by 2:00 p.m. and send it via email. Specificity activates precise neural regions that your subconscious can use as a navigation map. Second, write a clear question that needs to be resolved. It could be, how can I increase my income by 30% in the next 90 days? Or, what's the best strategy to resolve the conflict with my spouse? Your brain will work on this question during sleep, and frequently you'll wake up with revolutionary insights. Third, and this is the element that separates masters from beginners, finish by reading aloud an identity affirmation. It's not about what you want to have or do, but about who you are becoming. I am a person who transforms challenges into opportunities, or I am someone who makes decisions based on vision, not fear. Napoleon Hill documented that Andrew Carnegie followed this ritual religiously and credited this practice with much of his extraordinary fortune. Henry Ford kept a notebook beside his bed specifically for this nighttime protocol. Now let me share something few people know. These 4 habits are just the foundation. They prepare your nervous system to receive the final 3 habits, which is where the true alchemy happens. Did you notice what just happened to your mind in the last few minutes? While I was explaining these protocols, your brain already started creating the neural connections necessary to implement them. This is the power of directed neuroplasticity. But here's the truth that will determine whether you become just another person who consumes information or someone who transforms information into real results. Implementation is everything. Knowledge without action is just intellectual entertainment. The next 15 minutes of this video will reveal the remaining 3 habits, including the secret protocol that magnates like Rockefeller use to multiply their wealth every quarter. But, more important than that, you will discover how to integrate all these 7 habits into a system that works automatically, without depending on motivation or willpower. Because here's what I learned studying brilliant minds for over a decade. Motivation is like sugar. It gives quick energy but soon runs out. Well-structured systems are like proteins. They provide sustainable energy that builds real mental muscle. The question isn't whether these habits work. Thousands of people have already proven they work. The question is, are you ready to be the next radical transformation story I'll share in the next video? But before we get there, I need to prepare you for what comes next. The remaining 3 habits operate at a level of mental sophistication that requires the solid foundation you just learned. These are techniques that Tibetan monks have guarded for centuries, combined with quantum neuroscience discoveries that have only recently been revealed. Now that you've built the foundation with these first 4 habits, your mind is prepared to receive the secrets that truly separate the extraordinary from the ordinary. With your solid foundation established, we now unlock the most powerful secrets that transformed ordinary minds into historical geniuses. What you're about to discover in the next few minutes are the advanced protocols that Edison used to maximize his mental energy and that neuroscience today validates as fundamental for neural reprogramming. Habit 5. The Morning Mental Combustion Protocol. The golden window of 20 to 40 minutes after waking holds an extraordinary power that most people completely waste. During this critical period, your cortisol levels are at their natural peak, creating the perfect environment for installing new neural circuits. Thomas Edison discovered this instinctively. He dedicated the first 30 minutes of each day to what he called mental feeding, a specific protocol that included intense visualization of his projects and repetition of directional affirmations. What Thomas Edison didn't know, but what we understand perfectly today, is that he was leveraging the phenomenon of morning neuroplasticity. During this window, your brain produces up to 300% more BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. It's like having neural fertilizer circulating at peak concentrations. Wasting this by checking messages or social media is like throwing diamonds in the trash. The protocol is simple but precise. Wake up, hydrate with 16 oz of water, and dedicate exactly 25 minutes to conscious programming. First, 10 minutes of detailed visualization of your goals as if they were already reality. Then 15 minutes reading content that elevates your mental vibration, biographies of great achievers, success principles, specialized knowledge in your field. This isn't superficial positive thinking. This is neural engineering based on scientific evidence. You're literally sculpting new synaptic connections during the moment when your brain is most receptive to change. Habit 6. The architecture of habit integration. Here we reveal one of the most powerful secrets of lasting transformation, the habit stacking methodology that geniuses like Da Vinci and Franklin used instinctively. The human brain functions through neural associations. When you connect a new habit to an established one, you're essentially rewiring existing neural circuits to create new patterns automatically. The formula is, after existing habit, I will do new habit for specific time in specific location. Let's build this step by step. If you already brush your teeth every morning, that's your neural anchor. After brushing my teeth, I will practice 5 minutes of gratitude in the kitchen. Specificity is crucial because the brain needs concrete anchors to form new circuits. Benjamin Franklin elevated this to an art. He created what he called chained virtues, where each practiced virtue automatically activated the next. Temperance led to order, order led to resolution, resolution led to frugality, and so on. The power lies in systematic progression. Don't try to establish 7 habits simultaneously. That's a recipe for failure. Master one chain at a time, let it solidify for 21 days, then add the next link. Your disciplined mind functions like a muscle that strengthens through specific and progressive repetitions. Each small victory creates neural momentum that makes the next achievement easier. Habit 7. The master-level transformation, total system integration. Here we reach the pinnacle of personal transformation. What separates true masters from casual practitioners is the ability to integrate all elements into a cohesive and powerful system. Think of how a conductor leads an orchestra. Each instrument has its score, but the magic happens in the harmony of the ensemble. Napoleon Hill spent 25 years studying America's most successful business leaders and discovered that they all possessed what he called a mastermind, the ability to coordinate multiple mental disciplines simultaneously. Andrew Carnegie applied this in his steel empire. He didn't just plan his financial goals. He coordinated his physical development, his personal relationships, his continuous education, and his philanthropic contributions as an integrated system. Each area fed and strengthened the others. Integration happens at 3 distinct neural levels. First, the conscious level, where you deliberately connect your morning habits with your long-term goals. Second, the subconscious level, where repetitions create automatic patterns that execute without mental effort. Third, the supraconscious level, where your mind begins to generate insights and opportunities aligned with your new programming. This is what the ancients called personal alchemy. You're not just changing behaviors, you're transmuting your mental essence from ordinary to extraordinary. The complete system creates a powerful synergy. Your morning habits energize your daily planning. Your planning optimizes your energy. Your energy potentiates your focus. Your focus accelerates your results. Your results strengthen your confidence. Your confidence expands your vision. Your vision elevates your standards. Final synthesis of the 7 Habits System. You now possess the complete blueprint of mental transformation that great historical figures used to achieve extraordinary accomplishments. These aren't just isolated habits. It's an interconnected system of personal power. Conscious awakening energizes your day and programs your mind for success. Strategic planning channels this energy in specific and measurable directions. Physical. Exercise optimizes your body to sustain high mental performance. Mind nourishment continuously installs new mental resources. The morning ignition protocol maximizes your window of greatest neural potential. Habit integration creates lasting changes through intelligent associations, and systematic mastery coordinates everything into a symphony of accelerated growth. Each element reinforces the others, creating a momentum of transformation that becomes practically unstoppable after a few weeks of consistent application. Imagine waking up 30 days from now with crystal clear mental clarity, abundant energy, laser focus, and unshakable confidence in your ability to materialize your most ambitious goals. This isn't fantasy. It's the predictable result of systematically applying these protocols, validated by centuries of human success and decades of neuroscientific research. The question that determines your future is simple. What will you decide? Commit to building a mastermind, or surrender to the mediocre patterns that keep most people trapped in their comfort zone? Your transformation begins now, with your first conscious decision. In the comments, share which of the 7 habits you'll implement first. This public commitment will activate accountability circuits that multiply your chances of success. And if you want to accelerate your transformation with even more advanced protocols, practical templates, and personalized guidance, access the link in the description. There you'll find the complete mental reprogramming system that has already transformed thousands of lives. Remember, every significant achievement begins with a conscious decision. The disciplined and well-directed mind becomes the most powerful force known to humanity. The power is in your hands. Use it wisely.